Hey guys, most home service companies don't realize how much revenue they're leaving on the table because their Google business profile hasn't been fully optimized. So I'm going to take this new Google business profile today and show you what I would do to make sure that I'm generating as much revenue as I possibly can from this profile. I recently did this for a new plumbing Google business profile, and at the end of the third month, that third month generated 50 organic calls, which is pretty good for only 3 months. There's some factors that come into play, like is the Google business profile located in a town or city next to neighborhoods? What's the 5 mile radius of that population look like? But also how many reviews your competitors have. If your competitors have a lot of reviews, it's going to take longer for you to get up front versus competitors that have very few reviews. I am going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to click this edit profile button, and you're going to see it's going to have the business name. When we get to the business category, and this is very important, you want to pick something that is going to target your target audience, right? So like I wouldn't do plumber for an air conditioning company, but you're also going to have multiple different business categories you could choose from. So I chose HVAC contractor. You could do air conditioning repair. You could do air conditioning contractor. There are key differences between them. The way I recommend determining what business category to do is actually based on what your top competitors are doing in your area, as long as it fits also what your company does. So I use this tool called Google My Business Everywhere, and then I go to Google Maps, and then I can type in AC company and then the location, and I'm going to see a list of all the top companies come up. Now I can kind of just scroll through here, ignore these sponsored results, and see what other companies are doing. So air conditioning repair service would be their primary service here with the star next to it. Heating contractor, air conditioning contractor. Now, in my case, I am going to stick with HVAC contractor. The reason why is because we already have another business profile for this company built around HVAC contractor, and the whole website is aligned with that business category. So it just makes more sense in my case to continue with this. But if you're a brand new company or you don't have a website yet, usually picking what the most successful guys in your areas have done is a winning strategy. You can also add secondary categories, so I am going to do that. So like one important one to me would be air conditioning repair service. We'll add that. Then once we're done with that, we're going to need a description. Now take the time and write a real description. Don't just get something from ChatGPT and copy and paste it in. Write a real description. It represents your company. You're going to get a lot of calls from this, so take your time with it. Now, when it comes to the phone number, make sure it's the phone number, obviously, that your company is using, but also try to get one with the matching area code for the location of the Google Business Profile. And then with the website, as you can see here, it actually doesn't go to our home page. It is going to our location page because we basically build every page as a different location. So for example, when we come to the Port Richey page, it's different than the Spring Hill page. The number is also different. It matches. So Port Richey is 727, Spring Hill is 352. If we add tracking numbers, we'll make sure the area codes also match in the future. Now, if you are a one location company, then you should make the website your homepage, which is perfect. And then when you come back and you add your social profiles, you'll want to add in your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And once that's done, the next thing is the business location. Personally, I like to add the business location to the website. You'll see it here at the bottom. I also believe I have it on the Spring Hill page. So when I scroll down, yep, you'll see it right here. I like to do that because I want Google to know exactly where we are. There's no confusion. There's nothing that will lose Google's confidence about this company. And then when it comes down to the service area, list the service areas that you actually service, and then also go back and add them on the website. So when you go to our website, you'll also see all of these locations listed on the website. This is because every step of the way, I want to make sure I'm reinforcing Google with good, consistent information for our SEO. Same thing here. List accurate hours for your company. When is your CSRs sitting down and answering phone calls, and when are they leaving? And then also put that on your website as well. Consistent information is very important, and I can't stress that enough. Then you're going to get to special hours. Fill this out as well. So, like Veterans Day, we're open. Thanksgiving, closed. Black Friday, open. Christmas Eve, I believe it's a half day, but I'll have to check with the owner on that to make sure we're on the same page. So I'll just do 12 p.m. for now. Christmas, closed. New Year's Eve, I believe that they're open all day. Again, I'll have to check with them. New Year's Day, open all day. I'm going to save that. So from the business, then you're going to want to go through and fill all this out. I know sometimes it seems kind of silly to do all this, but trust me, Google appreciates you filling all of this out. Once that is all done, we need to edit our services. So that's this button right here. And as you can see, it has some services already listed for me. I'm going to click on this. I don't list a price, but I do need to fill out each of these service descriptions. So I typically try to write at least 200 to 250 words for each one. What I do to accelerate this process is I'll actually generate a description with ChatGPT, and then I'll write something similar to what ChatGPT wrote, but in my own words, because again, I don't like using AI content for anything. Once you've finished that, I do want to talk about photos as well. You want to try and upload photos every single month, even if it's just 1 or 2 photos. The more frequently you upload photos, the more Google is going to appreciate you. So make sure you're doing that. And then also Google Business Profile posts. Posts should be something that happens 2 to 3 times a week. When you scroll down, you'll see we made one post 4 days ago. So there will be another post made today. And then you can also check your performance here to see how the business is doing. This just opened up I believe we just opened this Google Business Profile on Friday, so there's nothing to really look at yet. And then you can see we've already started getting reviews. You need good, frequent reviews, as many as you can get per day. Don't try and get all your reviews in one day, and don't go 2 to 3 weeks without a review. It'll help your SEO in the long run, especially if you're in a very competitive field like HVAC. You'll also want to add Q&A questions. Sometimes I also like to add these Q&A questions to the website. You would be surprised the amount of traffic that they drive. And then on the topic of the reviews again, actually, you can take a look at your competitors here again and see what the top 3 have for reviews, and you can kind of average those out to see how many reviews you need for your Google Business Profile to get upfront faster. The next thing you can do is also add products to your page. So in this case, I would do Green Mini Split because they do a lot of Green Mini Split installations. And then this is optional, so I won't fill out a price or a landing page in this case, but I will add a product description, and then I'll click publish. That is ultimately all though. Just make sure you're filling everything out to the best of your ability and then reinforcing consistent information on your website. If you have any questions, let me know. I kind of just wanted to glance through what you should be doing to optimize your Google Business Profile. And until next time, have a good day.